Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Diablo 3. My name is Wilfred. Today I would like to spend some time talking about the Greater Rift kind of experience versus different kind of build and so on. And at the back of it, I'm using my Necromancer LN build, which is a mage build for the GR99. And in this video, you see that there will be two clips to it. One clip is GR99 with a rather difficult map, which I completed in around 12-ish minutes. And another one is, was a little bit more kind in terms of the map, in terms of the shrine, which I did it in about like 7+ minutes. So the bottom line is that when it comes to Greater Rift pushing, there are things that you should also look into when you build up your character. Many times you look into like Greater Rift pushing, like how high it will get, but I found that always unless you are really into the leaderboard, I find that it's a little bit arbitrary, because you won't buy a car based on the top speed. You buy a car based on other kind of like measurement as well, like how drivable it is, does it suit the scenario, and what's the acceleration like, and so on. So, but because in leaderboard within the season, it's always the the highest rift that you attain. Now, a lot of time when you look into your build and so on, assuming that you know what to gear and try your best to get the fixes that you want, try your best to give it the kind of like an augmentation of the dam that you need for your gear, and try your very best to find a build that kind of suit your playstyle. Maybe twitch the gear a little bit, trying to see whether you survive better or do better DPS. But need not to say every kind of like a build has their own kind of pros and cons. It's very hard to just look into, say, the how high it can go and to evaluate whether a build is good or not. And many people criticize, saying that Diablo doesn't have a build variety and so on. I think it is just because they put too much emphasis on how high you can push the rift, but there are other factors as well. Now, for example, if you take a look at my, say, the Necromancer thorn build, which I've done a video early on, the Legacy of Nightmare thorn build in Season 17, the stats are such, right? So at Greater Rift rank 95, I can do about 12 minutes to 6 minutes if I do a lot of rift and so on. That would means that of course sometime I won't be able to complete it, but majority of time I'm able to complete it. So the confidence to attain the complete the rift is around 95%, meaning that for every 20 run I may have one run that miss it and I go beyond the 15 minute. Other could be quite close as well. Now if you're looking to say the defeat counter is almost 0, meaning that I very likely be able to complete the rift. Best and worst of the map are undefeated. So that is my thorn build, and you look into it, 95 more or less what I can do. Is it something that I would like to play? Well, probably yes and no, because it may go a little bit too slow, and it really depends on what you want to achieve. Is it I want to rank up the dams, or I want to just like have a defeatless kind of gameplay, something that different from this LN mage build. Now, if you look at this LN mage build, right, at rank 99, I'm looking at 7 to 13 minutes kind of like gameplay. So I can do a 7+ minute, which is what you see in the next clip, and I can do like say 13 minutes. So either way, my confidence to attain the to complete the rift is 100%. So I always get a chance to rank up my dams if I wish to. The confidence to stay as defeatless is almost 0, meaning that there will be always like the character will always die in a 99 rift, one way or the other. Maybe a bullet, maybe a lightning bolt that's onto me I couldn't see, maybe anything else that up there that just kill the character. So as you can see, the two of them, if you look at just pushing GR perspective, now of course the LN mage is the best, because even at 99 I can do 7 to say 12+ minute, or 13 minute. Then I still have got 2 more kind of like minute to kind of spare. I could push it to say 102, 103, and if I don't mind the fact that sometimes I cannot complete the rift, I could possibly push to 105 and above, right? So that is if that's what I really want. And at the end of the day, it's all about the chances of getting a completion, because when you're up there, when you level all the gems that you want, when you already augmented all the gear you want, so what else do you play for if not for another character in this season? So it's really about rift pushing, and rift pushing is really about like, you know, how far I can go. So it could be like 80% of the time you can't complete the rift, but for the 20% of the time you can get to another level, you know, get yourself another kind of rank and so on. So it is really the gameplay that you want, and I would not discount my thorns build, for example, because, you know, it is after all a build whereby it's a complete opposite of this like necromancer mage build, because, you know, it is a lot slower. Sometimes it could be half the time slower, but it is 100% sure win. I will not get to the situation whereby, you know, my character would die inside a dungeon. So, you know, whatever it is, some like to play as high as possible, some want to play as consistent as possible. So at the end of the day, all these are really up to you. Like, you know, when you build your character, when you like play a character, must it be the best build, right? Must it be the one that is at the leaderboard, that everybody now is chasing the mage build in the softcore, and everybody else is chasing the thorn build in the hardcore? So does it really matter? Well, actually it doesn't really matter. I mean, Greater Rift, the good thing about it is you know, because of different map, the different kind of affixes that the mob have, sometimes has the poison that is dropped on the floor and so on, it makes the game a lot more interesting. Every time when you face a GR, you may not know what you are going to get, and sometimes it could be, you know, easy, sometimes it could be a lot harder for your character. So with that said, I mean, that is possibly the end of so-called video that I would like to cover in terms of my thought when it comes to Greater Rift pushing, in terms of people's comments saying that, well, Diablo, there's no build variety, everybody just follows the same build. Not necessarily. At the end of the day, looking just at the Greater Rift kind of like a highest push is not a good indicator on how well it's going to suit you. There are other things, like I said, the range, whereby, you know, the time range at the particular GR level, you know, is something that you enjoy. It's about the confidence of completing the rift, if it matters to you, and also the defeat counter, if that also matter to you. All right. So now this is going to be the last clip, and the you know, I was lucky in a way that I have a, you know, shield shrine. Otherwise, it will go a little bit slower, but nothing impossible for this mage. I'm still very comfortable with this kind of like you know, this mage. Sorry, this necromancer playing the skeleton mage build is very comfortable. I know that I can destroy things really fast. I use it to run like a normal rift with a little bit variation, of course, and also use it to run the rift and so on. So it's a very dependable build. I know that if I bring this character to a group, everybody will love me, because it does destroy the guardian in a pretty fast kind of manner. But yeah, I mean, if you were to ask me, I like both. I like the thorn as well. The thorn is pretty, you know, sinister. You just wait for someone to hit you rather than targeting and kill something yourself. So it's just a different kind of variety, different kind of build. And yeah, in the end, just pick what you like to play, rather than too hung up on what is really the best out there, best build out there and so on. Create your own build as well, you know, do something different. Right, so with that said, thank you so much for watching, and this is the last clip of it. Managed to do it in about 7 minutes, and I intend to, you know, probably push a little bit higher to 3-digit kind of rank, and I'll be very happy to close off the season 17 that way. Maybe I'll do a little bit of monk as well, because I've been thinking I've done quite a lot of necromancer, and maybe the monk Raymond build is something that I'd like to just experiment a little bit and see how far I can get with that. So do share with me your story as well. Do share with me your thought on the Greater Rift, and what really matter to you, what does it mean to you for high performance kind of like a character in a Greater Rift. All right, so I'll see you next time. Goodbye.